Today we are diving into a really fascinating concept, and it's all wrapped up in one single powerful idea: activation. So what exactly happens when you mix this deep spiritual energy with, well, raw physical strength? Let's find out.
All right, take a look at this. When you see this card, you're looking at two completely different worlds smashing together, right? On one hand, you have all this text talking about these huge spiritual concepts, like your soul's purpose and your inner wisdom. And then, smack in the middle, you have a bodybuilder, literally the poster child for focusing on the physical material world. So, what gives? How do these two things possibly connect? That's the puzzle we're going to solve together today.
You know, to really get to the bottom of this, let's push the image to the side for a second. Let's ignore the bodybuilder and just focus on the words themselves. The card is framing this whole thing as a powerful call to your soul. So let's break down what that spiritual message is actually saying.
Okay, so the very first thing it talks about is your soul purpose. But the word that really jumps out here is activating. See, this isn't about just sitting around and hoping your purpose finds you. No, the card is telling us it's an active thing. You have to step up and activate your core reason for being. And when you do that, when you get in alignment, that's when you start to receive all the gifts that come with it.
And the next piece of the puzzle is inner wisdom. I love how this is phrased. It's something you awaken, not something you create from scratch. It's already there. It suggests that we can tap into these two incredible sources. First, ancestral memory, all the collected wisdom from generations before us. And second, our own gut feeling, that deep personal intuition.
So, if you put all that together, the purely spiritual message here is a pretty powerful call to action, right? It's all about actively going after your purpose, waking up your soul, and really listening to that deep wisdom, both from your past and from within you. This is the first half of our puzzle, the spirit side of things. But just when we're getting all cozy with these amazing spiritual ideas, the card throws a total curveball. It introduces a potential trap, a big warning for anyone walking this path. And this, my friends, is where that tension we felt at the beginning really starts to heat up.
And there it is. The final point is a straight-up warning. It says, hey, watch out for focusing too much on the material world instead of the spiritual world. This is that classic age-old conflict we've heard about forever, right? Spirit versus matter, the sacred versus the profane.
Which, of course, brings us right back to our main guy, the bodybuilder. I mean, you can't get much more focused on the material physical body than that, can you? So, does that mean this image is actually a warning? Is the card building us up with all this incredible spiritual advice, only to show us what not to do? You know, it's a really tempting idea, and honestly, it's a common way to see it. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the image isn't the problem, but is actually the solution? What if it's the key to understanding the whole thing? Let's try to resolve this puzzle by looking at it from a totally different angle.
Okay, here is the big aha moment. Activation isn't about choosing a side. It's not the spiritual world versus the material world. The real message here is about diffusion of both of them. It's not spirit or strength, it's spirit through strength. This really breaks it down perfectly. I mean, think about it. What good is a soul purpose if you don't have the action to bring it into the real world? What is inner wisdom worth if you don't have the discipline to actually listen to it and follow through? And how can you possibly carry the weight of ancestral memory without the strength and focus to do that legacy justice? See, the material world isn't the enemy here, it's the arena where your spirit gets to become real.
So when we look at our bodybuilder again with this new perspective, everything clicks into place. He's not a warning anymore, he's the perfect metaphor. The body isn't a distraction from your soul's big journey, it's the actual physical vehicle you need to carry it out. He represents all that massive strength, that intense discipline, and that unwavering focus you need to make a spiritual purpose happen in the real world.
Okay, so we've cracked the code. We've untangled the puzzle of the card. Spirit and strength. They're not enemies, they're partners. But the big question is, what does this actually mean for you? What's the practical, real-world takeaway from this whole idea of activation?
Well, the card actually lays out a pretty clear roadmap. It starts on the inside, right? Step 1, you discover your soul's purpose. Step 2, you cultivate that inner wisdom to guide you. But then comes step 3, and this is the game changer. This is the bridge to the outside world. You have to apply disciplined action. It's only by taking that spiritual insight and combining it with real material effort that you can actually bring your purpose to life.
And that leaves us with the final and maybe the most important question this card is asking every single one of us. It's not about whether or not you have strength, because we all do, in so many different ways. The real question this card leaves us with is, what purpose will you give your strength?